starting at 6:04. I meant to start at 6 o'clock, but I realized I didn't want to wear anything on my head tonight, so I had to get my hair prepared. I've never been a hair preparer. I've always had a shorter haircut. I decided later in my life to grow my hair out just to see what it was like. And so far, it's just more maintenance. I don't know if it adds anything of aesthetic value. So, just playing some ideas tonight, seeing where things go. I'm going to try to keep things really quiet and breathy, but I'm also going to try to just do some crazy stuff as well. So, it's kind of a journey, this Peter Burton music hour. The journey begins now. And there's no way to know where it's gonna go. Life is truly but a dream, when all we want is to be seen and be ourselves at the end of the day, and know deep down we've got something to say. And sometimes I just like to try to come up with rhymes. It seems like I wrote it ahead of time, but some of my best work I did completely out of nowhere. And that is a very strange realization. This one's called A Matter of Time. It's the little things you regret. Just remember you're not done yet. I am the wind, you are the trees. I'll rock you gently in my ocean breeze. And it's only a matter of time before the end of the line. And it's only a matter of time. And I don't know which way I'll go. I'll figure it out when I get there. You are the wind, and I am the trees. Rock me gently in your ocean breeze. And it's only a matter of time before the end of the line. Hello, Jackie's been here. How are you tonight? I hope you're well. Peter Burton is live, yes, yes indeed. Hello everybody. Art Axiom, Pat Thompson. How are you tonight? I hope you're doing well. Yes, welcome to another Peter Wayne Burton music hour. I'm gonna play all my songs and sometimes mesh them together. I tried to start at 6 o'clock exactly tonight, and I ended up 4 minutes late. I figure it's probably better to start earlier. A lot of people that have been watching recently are in different countries, and sometimes it's late at night for them. So, On Tuesdays, I should start earlier. I suppose it's okay to get late to things, as long as it's just not a pattern over and over again. Some things you have to get done immediately, as if there is a ticking clock, just so you can get to the feeling of satisfaction on the other side. I really appreciate your time, your attention, your ears. Paolino82, hello, welcome back. It's good to see you. Welcome to this magical journey. Tonight I'm going to talk through my thoughts, and sometimes I will turn the words on the screen into lyrics. What a wonderful melody. That's okay, I get late to things a lot. LOL, I get late to things. I get late to things a lot. LOL, I get late to things a lot. So, I'll finish the first song I was playing. Imagine that. It's a runaway train sometimes. It's the little things you regret. Just remember you're not done yet. I am the wind. You are the trees. Rock me gently in your ocean breeze. And it's only a matter of time before the end of the line. And it's only a matter of time. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage. One of my favorite guitarists of all time. I'm just practicing for when I get to actually do that. I tap a button on the floor, and a curtain behind me raises, and it's Billy Strings. Billy Strings, ladies and gentlemen. And he rips a sick guitar solo. I've seen the future, and we're doing just fine. Yes, I've seen the future, and I've crossed so many lines. Who do you turn to when your walls come down? Who do you turn to the devil's all around, you can always come back home. You can always come back home. A love like this I've never known. You can always come back home. You can always come back home. I know what love is, 'cause you gave it to me. I know what love is, 'cause it set me free. Who do you turn to when your walls come down? Who do you run to when the devil's all around? You can always come back home. You can always come back home. A love like this, oh, I've never known. You can always come back home. You can always come back home. All right. Hello to you out there. I hope you're having a good evening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it so tremendously much. I feel like a lunatic repeating myself over and over again, but then again, it's an addiction with benefits, you know. And I'm just going to try to play songs I haven't played in a while tonight. And they're old to me, but they are brand new to the world for the most part. I've been in seclusion, not real seclusion, but living a mostly solitudinal life, other than my kids and a few friends and family, but working on music, writing songs like crazy. My phone is practically filled over years of voice memos. And I have a journal that's almost 2,000 entries long, and it's telling me what I have to do, and I'm doing it right now. I have felt better in the past month than I have in a long time, and a lot of that is due to live streaming. And doing it a lot is not what is. People live stream all the time from what I gather, and they do it every day for 6 hours. And for me, for some reason, I've just never even occurred to me to live stream as often as possible as a means of sort of keeping the other aspects of my life in check, because I'm happy that I'm working on so much music. So when I sit down and play guitar, it's sort of my own therapy, and hopefully somewhat therapeutic for the world out there, whatever the circumstance the video is seen or heard. So I hope it's been a good day. I hope it's a good night. Hey, Lisbis, S-A-B-A-A. I will try to shout out everyone I can as often as possible. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful. Yes, I agree. It's a beautiful night. It's a beautiful time. Oh, to be here on the line with you, and almost a one-way phone call. But instead of texting you back, I just say say it out loud. And I kind of love that I get to respond with my words instead of words on a screen. Because I get an advantage. I can say what I mean and not have it be written out, so I don't have to see what I'm saying. All I hear is what I'm saying right now. I don't have Spotify. Not yet. I will. I have projects, but nothing that's just mine. And my old band is called The Original Q, as in the letter Q. And we are on SoundCloud. We did an album, and then that was it. And I love the album. I love the album. It's a full band. It's sort of like, if I could, I would say it's almost a cross between Guster and the Allman Brothers. Oh man, that's a reach, I know. But anyway, no, you've caught me at a particular point in my journey. I don't have a donation button yet. I have to get to 1,000 subscribers. And they're making me work for it. All right, have a great day at school. Have a great day and night. Have good dreams tonight. All right, thank you so much. Yes. Hello, Tono. Beaton. I'm sorry. I'm not good with names at all. I screw them up all the time. So, the album, the CD is done. And I'm going to be printing the CD pretty soon. And then it will get on to Spotify at some point. It'll get on to all the streaming stuff. I just wanted to start as a hard copy. Jessica Royston. Hello. What should I play now? I sometimes completely blank. Sometimes it feels like having no past at all. I forget what I just did and I lose track of time. And I have a clock right in front of me. It feels weird all the time. Why do I run away? I know I'll be back someday. I have seen the promised land. I know I'm sad. The truth is I don't know where I'm supposed to go, and I know I'll be back soon. If you walk 1,000,000 miles in another man's shoes, will you learn how to win or learn how to lose? And I don't care what the neighbors are gonna say. Maybe tomorrow, but not today. I can't believe it's already over. I was just getting to know myself. Oh, can't you see how painful it is being sober? Have a little fun, live your life before it's done. I can't hear you, but I know what you're saying. Your body's here, but your soul's not staying. Every day feels like your last when you're living in the past. And I can't hear you, but I know what you're saying. Your body's here, but your soul's not staying. Every day feels like your last when you're living in the past. I will rise above broken sky, and I can see the future in your eyes, in your eyes. I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting. I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting. Oh, I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright. I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright with waiting, I'm alright. It could have been you, it should have been me, or anyone in between. Our little schemes we've had going for a decade or so. We made a little money, life was sweet as honey. Got 1,000,000 more miles to go. I got 10 long years till I find my home. Preacher man told me so. I will rise above the broken sky, and I can see the future in your eyes, in your eyes. Good evening to you. I hope you're having a good night / day, evening, dawn, dusk, whatever it happened to be. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. You guys are too kind. Thank you for the love and support and being a part of this musical journey. That one, The Broken Sky. That was that one. And I do different versions of songs by accident a lot of the time. And that one I have a couple different versions of. But I try to keep it somewhat within guardrails so it represents the song somewhat. But it has like, it can be funky like... It can be funky like that. Or I can do it plucky, you know, like or it can be sort of like a I'm terrible at song names. Guitar Mike. Not little old you, large young you. It's just a number, gosh darn it. It's just a number, just remember that. They gave you a number to make you think everything was running out. They gave you a number so you could watch it grow, knowing it would never stay at any particular number. But that's not the point of life, is it? It's not the time is running out. It's the time that you have to do what you love with it. And that has been the antidote to my depression, or at least a treatment for it. And it's been wonderful to be able to share with you guys. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, whatever your situation is like, if your room is dirty and just disgusting, that's awesome. If your room is just immaculately clean and minimalist, that's awesome. I can go through images in my mind of what people are doing while they're listening all night long. Like if they were cooking or vacuuming, if they were just doing a workout. Or just in their car, stuck in traffic. Oh, how boring it is, stuck in traffic for hours and hours at a time. But isn't it crazy that all of us have a screen in our pockets where we don't mind waiting because we can watch videos for hours and be completely mesmerized. Maybe our phones are supposed to keep us relaxed, and maybe it's working, maybe it's not. "1978 LA traffic." Nice. I like it. So, I like to get philosophical real quick, real deep, and descriptive. And I try to remember to move around a little bit because people like movement in videos. Right? It's good not to just stand still all the time. Look, that's my cinematography right there. I have a lamp pointing upwards at the wall. Have you ever seen anything so beautiful or so original in your life? Tonight I'm probably gonna I'm gonna try to go to 8:30. So that will be 2.5 hours. Maybe that's too long, I know, but I can't stop. I enjoy it. I look forward to it. I feel like afterwards, I feel like I accomplished something and my mind can relax. If you wanted to donate, you can via the Venmo in the description of this video. And I know that's not how people do it, but I'm way behind the times. I absolutely will be thinking of this as a fundraiser at some point. A one-man fundraiser. But my mission is to set up a ground operation for my music, and then emanate signals outward telling the world to be happy, and at least for like a few minutes at a time. I don't know how blind that is, but I'll just do it. That's my intention. So, investing in me is investing in signals that I intend on sharing with the world. And the signals are more important than ever, and I'm realizing that. And I have felt like a lunatic for many years of my life, because I always felt like I would take it so incredibly seriously if I had anyone's attention on me. Because I would want to walk through all of my songs and my music, but occasionally give my fingers a rest and just talk for a little bit. And hopefully say things that people find interesting, or at least somewhat thought-provoking. And then I'll give I won't chatter, and I'll get back to the guitar, you know? This one is called My Forgiver. I've just woken up after a 5-hour nap from doing the garden all day. Nice, congratulations. Playing music is like me planting my garden. I love twisting and torturing metaphors as often as possible. And I have mentioned it many times, but I came up with a word to describe personal change using a metaphor. And that word is metamorphosis. So, when you put in the work, it feels good, right? And work doesn't always have to be hard. It just means repetition, essentially. And I have a hard time with repetitive things, but when it comes to guitar, or piano, or just music, I have to train myself to be okay with repetitive things. Like, my right hand has to be able to play for hours on end. And it has to know how to use the pick well. And the muscles in my fingers and forearms need to be solidly exercised if I'm going to play a good show. And the only way to do that is to play all the time. And playing all the time is exactly what I'm doing these days. I'm doing something crazy, and I know it's probably overkill. I don't know what it is. But it's like bringing the world into my little space. And then I get to show them what I do. This one is called The World Remains the Same. You scream out loud that you've never been so alone. It's been a long time, but it feels like a second ago. Does it disappear or fade away over time? I know your day will come further down the line, when the world remains the same and you're changing every day. The world remains the same, but you're on your own. I got lucky with this guitar. I found it at my friend's house. He was selling a bunch of guitars. I picked up 3 or 4, and then I picked up this one, and I've barely picked up another one since. Because I find that it has, for an acoustic guitar, pretty low action. I use medium strings, and it feels almost like a hybrid acoustic electric. Possibly file down the bridge. There's always risk with doing modifications to guitars, but it's worth trying things out. Most people have multiple guitars, and I have some, but I have them in storage, burning through $100 a month for no reason. Ugh, I'm so stupid. But anyway, yeah, this one I just got lucky with. It's a Lag, L-A-G. It's a French company. And I'm trying not to destroy it. Like I just almost destroyed it there. Just kidding. Anyway, I'll keep on rocking. I know you're scared to run out of time. Your day will come further down the line. Does it disappear or fade away over time? I know your day will come further down the line. All the world remains the same, but you're changing every day. The world remains the same, but you're on your own. Yeah, I think it's time to treat yourself to a nice, awesome acoustic guitar you love. Yeah, I agree, Art Daxium. I don't have any budget at all right now, but if I had a budget, they're the first company I would reach out to because I absolutely love this guitar. And to me, it fulfills the basic purpose of an instrument-making company. Make an instrument that is so beautiful to play that the person playing it has no choice but to continue to play it until it is pleasing to their ears, and then you get to spend time with this instrument, sort of hugging it against my chest, and it feels like the universe does have some version of perfection. So, Lag guitars, or Log guitars, thank you for making this instrument. You're the reason I still play music in a lot of ways. Oh, nice. Yeah, I can see that. I can see people going to Logs. There are a lot of great guitars out there that do a lot of amazing things, but just for what I love, I like the big headstock. I don't know, it's not overly large, I don't think. It's a little, it just feels like more of a hefty guitar. I need to get this thing fixed. It keeps getting loose. And then I have it sort of poorly attached to the jack there. So I have to make sure I keep my hands on it in case it falls. And which is funny because I just took my hands off of it. But what model I am playing? Tramontane. Tramontane. T300 DCE. There you go. I've never looked at that before. Why is that? What is wrong with me? A lot of things are wrong with me. Don't answer that. Yes. There you go. Tremonti T300. Nice. I'm glad that I know what it is. Wonderful things happen during a live stream. I've been so psyched with what's been happening. I want to evolve myself away from just doing the regular thing all the time and do something fun, but I don't want to do it over and over again the same way. I have to invent new things. This one is called Wolf Mask. There is no reason on my knees. Yes, I like that. You're number one. I am your spark. Wolf Mask is the name of the song. Snow is falling on crowded fields. The future's calling. How do you feel? That you were only when you lost your mind. And how could you know you were running out of time. I know I will find my way back home. I know with you I will never ever be alone. If I could go back in time, if I could go back in time, I would not do it again. But I know I learned a lot from making a friend out of you. I know I'm running away. There is no reason to believe Misfortune follows you across land and sea. Your heart is broken, you're fading away. Fate has spoken, there's nothing more to say. And you were only a little lonely when you lost your mind. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Trey Anastasio. Just kidding. And you were only a little lonely when you lost your mind. And how could you know, you were running out of time. Ginger, what is up? Thank you, Arcaxium, for those wonderful, nicely spoken words, written words. I really appreciate it. Hello, Ginger. I hope you're having a good night. I love ending random spots. It's one of my favorite things to do. So yeah, that was Wolf Mask, and yes, every song is a remix. Every time I play, I think of the song as a remix, if possible. I like to keep things similar. I like to make the song as listenable as possible. Yes, post the animation to my song, to your thing with my song tomorrow. Yes, and thank you, Axiom. I do play piano. I love the piano. I really appreciate it. I've got big plans, and I want you guys to be a part of them. The plans involve playing venues, many different venues all over the world. Starting with all over my country and then the world. I'm going to have to develop my touring abilities. But I will also develop my live streaming abilities. And this is just the beginning of what I'm going to do. My hope is that this is something you can trace all the way back to me in my orange sweatshirt in my kitchen with my guitar that needs some love. No worries. Have a good night. Have a great dreams tonight. Sometimes I like to rock out, and I can hear the drums in my head. I can hear the bass in my head. I can hear the piano in my head. Hello, it's okay. Thank you for spending time with me tonight for however long you can. I'm grateful to have you with me. I'm glad you're with us. I'm glad you get to witness the beginning of the journey from the kitchen to the big stage. It's gotta happen. I got too many plans for it not to. Oh, look like a nice day outside the window. It's snowed all day and we have about 2 inches, and it's so annoying because it's April and I'm ready for some warm weather. I'm ready for some warm weather, but I know I'll just have to wait. All I do is wait. Looks like a nice day to tickle my feet. It snowed 2 inches here and I'm glad it wasn't sleet. I like saying things as if it were a song. You have no idea if I'm making it up on the spot, or if it's all part of my act, or part of a song, or something in between, and you'll never ever know. That's me for ya. I'm over euphoria. I'm finding me for ya. Me for ya. Me for ya. And I know it's a little selfish to only think of myself, but they say it's important to love yourself. Yes, I know they rhymed, I did that on purpose. Sometimes I don't find the right words to rhyme on purpose. Sometimes I turn off the need to rhyme and just say things that are coming into my mind. And sometimes they rhyme anyway. It's sort of a disability because I am so distracted all the time. I've got multiple instruments, I've got multiple parts for multiple songs I'm working on all at once. It nearly broke my mind. I nearly died. I'm just kidding, it was never that dramatic, but it was a really difficult experience. I should probably play a song now. I should probably just stop improvising. It's so much fun to make up a song on the spot. I am shooting for the moon. I'm shooting to be a one-man record company. I'm shooting to be in nobody's pocket. I'm shooting to be a distributor to direct product. I'm looking to do something unusual. I'm looking to do something that doesn't involve a owing anybody any money at any time. And it only involves my music being my business, and I can do with it what I want, when I want, how I want, for however much money comes directly to me. And Spotify is a little bit scary because it is so infested with AI music that it scares me to dip my toe in an AI infested waters. You know what I mean? I used no AI on my album. I did use computers. It took me a long time. I used a combination of basses, guitars, pianos, organs, drums. I did a ton of harmonies, and I have no idea what to think of the album. I have no idea if it's any good. But I also, I hope that a few of the songs will catch people's attention, and that's my goal, is to sort of set one match can lead to a wildfire. In this case, that's a metaphor, and that's part of my metamorphosis. And every journey begins somewhere, right? I mean, if you look at my channel, all my videos are posted, all my live streams, and there's a lot of them now. I'm not giving up on this ever. I love doing this. I want to do it in the right context. And what is that right context? In a room of instruments, no distractions, no phones, other than, videoing. And I want to have guest quarters so people can come and stay, and we can make albums together, music together, completely relaxed, like we're on vacation. We have to let go of stress. But, stress can be a helpful thing in the studio as well, obviously. Well, I can't think of any better way to stand up to what I see happening other than just putting my hands on a guitar or on a piano as much as I can. And I haven't played as much guitar. I've played more guitar in the past 6 months than I have in the past 6 years. And that's sort of saying a lot because I did a lot of guitar on the album. But on the album, I experienced a sadness that I didn't want to finish songs because A, I didn't know when to finish. B, if I finished it, what would I do after that? I would be like swimming in the darkness with no more ideas, nothing to work on, so I was afraid. I agree. I think there's a lot of people out there. I think there's a lot of different kinds of choices, a lot of different kinds of vibes, as people are saying now. There's all different kinds of tastes, environments, places, all these kinds of things. So if I could live my life as an analog beacon, I could create an outward spreading invisible signal that would hit other antenna and signals would come back, where I would think of myself as like, hey guys, come over here. I just want to play some music for you. Just unplug from your phones a bit. You don't have to unplug. You just leave them somewhere close by so you're not worried, but just, they're not an option. And I'm not saying all performances. I'm saying that in my plan, it involves probably half shows with no phones, half shows with phones, all you want. And I want people to try different experiences, if possible. Like you buy 2 tickets for the price of 1 and you get 2 shows. The first show is no phones at all. The second show is bring your phone if you want to. Do whatever you want. You can film, you can have it out, you can text, call, whatever. No restrictions at all. For me, it's an experiment. It's an experiment to the world. It's an experiment to maybe people's brains. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And the truth is, I'm just not where I need to be yet. I'm not even close. So what I'm doing right now, talking to the camera, making up songs on the spot, playing songs, playing ideas, jamming, for me, it's like spending time with myself and this virtual perception that there are people out there when it's a number on a screen and words on a screen, which is wonderful. It is like therapy for me, I assure you. When I wake up in the morning, I sort of remember the stream from the night before and the wonderful things people would say. It was amazing. And I feel like I'm like groveling here out of desperation, because while working on this album, I went into a very closed space where I spent a lot of time alone. And I would say 68% of the time I was miserable. The rest of the time I was happy. But I'm switching that now. I want to be miserable 20% of the time, happy 80% of the time. And happy involves thinking of my mind as an icebreaker through a huge glacier of things trying to stop me from being happy. So, if I can be an analog beacon, if I can be raging against the dying of the light, AI music has to be seen separate from analog music. I'm not saying it should go away or we should stop, because I understand that there is no stopping it. It's like watching a slow motion atomic blast where AI is taking all of these songs, listening to them, and shooting out songs that sound incredible that humans didn't create. It's a hybrid. But I respect that it should exist. So there should be a line between AI music and acoustic music. And that's all there is to it. Because I think people will gravitate to acoustic and they will gravitate to AI. I just think my live performance will be proof over and over again that I'm not AI, that I don't hate AI at all. In fact, I understand AI to be extremely valuable to our survival and our evolution. Well, that's wonderful for me to hear, that I say things that in any way are interesting or cause some introspection in others. Because I can honestly say that I kept a journal for the past 5 years, very detailed. I agree, Arctaxiom. It is a joke. It is a joke. I know. So I'm just going to keep doing my thing and just ignoring what else is happening out there. But it's nice to know that the things I say sometimes trigger some introspection and maybe feel like you have felt that way before, but it's good to hear someone else describe it. I know. I'm happy to be alive in the age of AI, I gotta say. I do trust you, absolutely. So I never want to push it away, but if I would ever start my career in my kitchen live streaming, by the end of my career, 20 years, hopefully, roughly, I'm still playing guitar and keeping it as analog on stage as possible. But meanwhile, not changing my sound or my soul in order to fit a stadium. I want to feel like the stadium isn't big enough for what I'm doing. And that doesn't have to be anything complicated stage-wise, but I do very much have a lot of stage ideas. That's good. High-quality programs are trained by real people. You're right. AI learns from us, from me, probably right now. Yes. Thinking about things in a different way is absolutely essential, especially when my mind was getting dangerously close to doing the same thing every day the rest of my life. That's why probably 7 years ago, maybe 8, in the summertime, I would go out on the street and play for people who were walking by. Because I was terrified of singing in front of people. But I knew I just had to beat it out of myself by just doing the very thing that terrified me. And I'm no longer scared of it. I have a different perspective on it now. I have a motto that the world needs creators. The world needs those who bring things to life. And the world needs more people to understand that we are here to be happy. Me, Ali Mac. Hello from Brazil. Thank you so much for coming back. I know. Doesn't that scare you that AI could totally spit out some Peter Wayne Burton songs? But I haven't touched it. I don't want to, but maybe it will now that I'm putting myself out there. And I'm okay with that. Because then analog me will go up in value even more. Hopefully. That's the goal. Welcome back. I will start a camp where people come and stay, and there's no internet. You can have your phones. If there's emergency, someone can call your family, but the rule is no phones. I think humans need to discover what it's like not to have a phone in your hand at all times. I'm not saying the phone is evil, I'm just saying your mind is precious. And I'm only saying it because it's what I crave. Because I've fallen into my phone so many times. Yes, it's kept me company. I'm not saying it's evil, I'm just saying your mind is precious. Building a lovely family of followers, Peter. Hope you had a good day, Mia. So do I. Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I don't know if standing is better or not. It's probably the sound is not great. I looked into a microphone setup. I looked into improving this here operation. I was going to play piano tonight like I normally do on Tuesdays, but a lot of the times I'll play every other Tuesday, which is great. This Friday night in Hinesburg, Vermont, which is about, I don't know, half hour south of Burlington, where I am. Friday night at 7 p.m., I'm going to walk in and to a restaurant there called the Hinesburg Public House. And I'm going to live stream, and I don't know if the sound or lighting will be any good at all, but I'm not invited to play there. Oh, is that right? I didn't know Shaun White was from Hinesburg. Interesting. All right. But I'm playing at the restaurant at 7 p.m. that night. And I've played there twice before where I just walked in and did the same thing and I just put out a tip jar. And it's just like a grand piano and a series of booths and a couple tables that people are having dinner at. Oh, yeah, he's from Vermont. Okay, yeah. I didn't know which town he was from in Vermont. Shaun White is a beast. So, maybe I should get back to the music, huh? But, what was I saying? I'm gonna stream. I'm gonna try to stream. Yes, I will stream. I'm gonna borrow. I don't even have a proper camera stand. I have this stumpy one, but I'm gonna borrow a camera arm and then put it in front of the camera. It won't look very good or sound very good, probably. But if I'm playing and there are other people in the room, I play much differently, especially if those people are engaging in activities such as having dinner. I'm not up there trying to blast my way through and melt their ears and ruin conversations and have them scream at each other between their bites of pasta. So I'm playing pretty quietly, and I'm just sort of keeping track of people a little bit and trying just to play beautifully. Underneath the piano, there are 3 pedals. The pedal all the way to the right is the sustain pedal, and the one all the way to the left makes it quieter. So when I'm playing in a dinner setting, I have the left pedal down the whole time. So anyway, I just have to say that because I think that I'm incredibly sensitive to being the guy that ruins somebody's dinner, or I am sensitive to the guy. I'm sensitive to an experience that I've invented in my head that has happened before, where I'm playing and someone taps on my shoulder and says, "Could you please stop?" And I might be in the middle of a song and thinking about like something really deep and philosophical, and all of a sudden I realize that somebody's annoyed that I've been playing. And that like crushes my soul, and I try to like pop into reality. Oh, sorry. It happened a few times and it stings. So I'm very sensitive to that. So this Friday night, I'm going to play there. I will stream it. It won't be the highest quality, or it'll be my usual just on my phone. I have to improve this, I know. The owner just would not get back to me to book a show there. He said, "What about Saturdays from 6 to 8? And I was like, yes. And then I texted and called, never got back to me. So I'm just walking in because there really isn't anywhere for me to play in my area right now. I have my guitar, that's my piano that's at my friend's house, which is awesome, but they're busy, they got stuff going on. It's not, I need something in my living situation. So, go to a church, go to a music building. I'm locked out of that, I can't get into that. Church is usually locked, or there's people in there. I don't have any neighbors. I have a woman across the street that has a piano, but I never see her. So, playing at this restaurant would be like what I'm doing right now, except with people sitting, and I would be trying to play music that would nicely accompany their evening. And once I play there a few times and I get more comfortable, I will bring the guitar and I will put the guitar on a loop pedal so I can play piano along with it and sort of go on, hopefully, a quieter, meandering, medium energy journey. So, I feel like I have a few staple songs at this point. I don't know if you call them staples. Songs that I tend to remember to play just because they've been stuck in my head for a few days. So I usually go from happy to sad, sad to happy, whatever. So this one is called I'm as Lost as You. The path you walked was never my own. You gave me shelter, but never a home. I can see it in your eyes, an ocean of regret. Memories haunt you, I think it's time to forget. The stars never align. All I'm saying is all I'm seeing are signs I don't want to believe. A heart without blood is awaiting a flood, knowing your ships will be lost at sea. Hey, no mind, it's all lost in time. Your eyes never opened, it's true. And I'm here to say you've just lost your way. But don't worry, I'm as lost as you. Don't worry, I'm as lost as you. And I know I've made mistakes before. Time moves on, I know I'll make so many more. I can see it in your eyes, an ocean of regret. Memories haunt you, I think it's time to forget. The stars never align. And all I'm saying is all I'm seeing are signs I don't want to believe. A heart without blood is awaiting a flood, knowing your ships will be lost at sea. Hey, no mind, it's all lost in time. Your eyes never opened, it's true. And I'm here to say you've just lost your way. But don't worry, I'm as lost as you. Don't worry, I'm as lost as you. I'm as lost as you. And all I'm saying is all I'm seeing are signs I don't want to believe. A heart without blood is awaiting a flood, knowing your ships will be lost at sea. Pay it no mind, it's all lost in time. Your eyes never opened, it's true. But I'm here to say you've just lost your way. But don't worry, I'm as lost as you. Don't worry, I'm as lost as you. Thank you. I have to prove to myself I can end songs sometimes. It's an important aspect of songwriting and performing. So that every performance will have an ending. And you want that ending to be good, right? I mean, that's the goal. Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. So I'm just going to keep on rocking. I'll try to be concise with my songs for a little bit. Sometimes I'm all over the place. I know that. So this one I always screw up, but I'm just going to try it out anyway. This one is called Gone But Not Forgotten. You were the fire to my rain. You're gone, but I remain out here on the ocean of my memories. And here comes another hurricane, and the wheels keep on rolling down the road. on a journey with no destination. I will see you in the afterglow, gone but not forgotten. Let go of all your pain and worry. We made it through the night, and we can slow it down if we hurry. We won't give up without a fight, and the wheels keep on rolling down the road, on a journey with no destination. I will see you in the afterglow, gone but not forgotten. Fire to my rain. You're gone, but I remain out here on the ocean of my memories. And here comes another hurricane, and the wheels keep on rolling down the road, on a journey with no destination. I will see you in the afterglow, gone but not forgotten. Gone. Ooh. Ooh. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. Tuning in, spending some time with me while I do my thing. I can safely say, sometimes I feel like I have to put my reality back together, because life stopped making sense. And when life stopped making sense, I got very confused. And because I got confused, I made some very stupid decisions. And music is my way of forgiving myself. And if I can forgive myself, you can forgive yourself too. Excuse me. Imagine what life looks like after you forgive yourself. Of course, I'm assuming that that's the kind of life you're leading, that you're dealing with depression, when I know not everyone deals with depression at all. Some people don't have it, and I hope a lot of people don't have it. But for me, I've dealt with my own version of it for many years, and this is how I get better. This is how I get better. For playing to people like you, Mr. Guitar Mike and Arctaxium, I appreciate your thoughts. You both seem to have an amazing amount of wisdom and philosophy in those brains of yours. But I cannot deny I've had a thought recently that has always kind of bothered me. What if you guys aren't real and all you are is AI generated people that pretend to leave comments so that I keep playing my music, and then it can just keep me busy thinking I have an audience that I'm building towards a dream, but really I'm just playing to a computer and it all means nothing. It might as well never have happened, and that sometimes freaks me out. Always a pleasure to have you here. Yes. Believe the sound when the truth sends you falling. I know you're real, but wouldn't it be weird if the computer was tricking me? The AI was tricking me and pretending to leave nice comments, including some mean criticisms. I've had some people tell me to get voice lessons. I've had people tell me to shut up and play guitar right in the middle of a really deep point I was trying to explain, and I felt like I had slighted them somehow. But I've been developing this style for many years. To be honest, the music I grew up listening to. One of the first albums I can remember having is Ozzy Osbourne, No More Tears. And I had it on cassette, and it was one of the only... It was the only music I had at school in a cassette form. So I would listen to it over and over again. I didn't really have any... I had a few other cassettes. I loved 80s hair metal bands. I'm not saying I stuck with them because I eventually turned into loving improvisational bands like Fish and Allman Brothers and all that. Oh, yes. I just went to the bathroom to watch you because remember... Oh! Wow. I like it. Okay. I'm happy to be here doing my thing with you. Anytime I can have your attention, I'm happy. And so 80s hair metal, Great White, Poison, Warrant, LA Guns, Rat, Guns N' Roses. And then I did listen to Nirvana a lot when they came out. And then Soundgarden and Pearl Jam. And then along came the improvisational jam bands. You went to that final show for Ozzy. That's incredible. That's incredible because it set the bar so very high to go out like that, to bring together all those people, to do an amazing performance with some of the best in the world. That is the kind of healing energy the world needs more of. And it was such a bittersweet thing to watch. That's amazing you got to go. All right. Yes. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be back tomorrow night. I'll be back all weekend. I'll be here a lot. But Ozzy Osbourne was one of my favorites for sure. I love, oh man. And when I say Ozzy, a lot of people are like, no, you don't know real Ozzy. I like Black Sabbath, but when Ozzy went solo in the 80s, there was just something about it that I loved. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. I still love those songs. So I feel like when I went from 80s into grunge, into improvisational sort of rock jam stuff, I feel like I wanted my live show to always have elements of multiple things at the same time. I never wanted to be one particular thing. I wanted to have rock songs that were extremely rockin'. I wanted to have funky songs that were danceable. I wanted to have ballads that were beautiful, and I wanted to have upbeat sing-alongs that were catchy. I wanted to have it all because I had seen all these bands do all of those things, and I wanted to incorporate them all into one particular act, where every single show on a tour would be different. And the performance itself would have a fluidity to it. It would have an improvised feel to it. I would almost talk like this, depending on the situation. I don't know if I could read the room or not, or if I should talk or just play music. I don't know. But my ultimate goal is to bring people into my world, an analog world, in the moment where they feel the guitar, they feel the voice. And in that environment, I want us to share a memory that can stay this memory for 10, 20, 30 years from now, when you remember being in that room and you want to describe to other people what it was like. You can't take photos or text or anything for certain weekends, actually during this tour, or at my centralized venue that I'm going to build here in Vermont at some point. Because touring would be fun, but bringing people to me would be fun too. So I kind of want to do both. 6 months touring, 2 months off, or a month off, then summertime weekend performances at like a weekend festival all summer long. And each weekend would have a different theme, and I'd be running experiments all the time, just with like weekends with no phones, weekends with phones, weekends completely sober, weekends with the doors wide open. But everything would be safe. There'd be no driving. There would be not a lot of people clamoring over each other. It wouldn't be like fried dough and stuff. It would be like really good food, really easy environment, just really no clocks anywhere if possible. It's very relaxing. Don't worry, you can talk to anybody about anything. It is an experiment for my own anxiety that I have with people, and I'm gonna make this happen one day. So I'm gonna have the festivals in the summertime, miniature festivals, like 888 people, which is my favorite number because it's sort of like a vertical sign and 3 of them together. Love it. An infinity sign, I mean. And then I'd take a month off, and then I would tour in the fall, time off, do some cool shows around New Year's, etc. And I just want to repeat that cycle, because the summertime shows that I would do would be in a venue that I designed perfectly to sound wonderful, where it could get loud, but you didn't feel like you were crushing your ears. It wasn't like speakers blasting at you. It was like a miniature sphere like they have in Vegas, but in not a round room, but it'd be more shaped like an ear for better sound quality. And the bathrooms would be extra clean. There would be food. You could always walk out the back and lounge if you just wanted to stand at a balcony, overlook a mountain range. You were never squeezed in, and there was never security guards. It's a small enough crowd that it's very relaxed. So I say all this stuff because I imagine doing these songs on that stage to people that aren't on their phones, or people that are. I don't care. I want to be the same with them and without them. But the journeys that I can go on with guitar and piano, people that are on stage with me, they would understand sort of the meandering nature, and they would be like, oh, I see what you're doing, and they would keep up. And it would just be this wonderful experiment every single night where I just love the experience of creating something in the moment. It's almost like having a seance. It's almost like having the gathering of all the souls together makes things different. It just does. It changes things. It's the reason why people do it, of course. So, and I'm fascinated by it because I have spent so much time alone. I've been sort of yes, John Frusciante and Bryan Adams. Absolutely. I love John Frusciante. He's got incredible stuff that he does. And Bryan Adams, yeah, he's phenomenal. They're both phenomenal. I remember seeing Bryan Adams just walking on the street while I was in LA. And that's it. No long story. I didn't meet him or anything. I just saw him as I drove by, and I just remember thinking, it is so weird to be within a few feet of somebody who commands the attention of audiences when he takes them into his musical realm. Oh, no, I got you. It's definitely a long trip. But my goal is to get to the UK, and you can help make that happen. This is my resume right here. I don't really have anything else going on but this. I don't really have a website. My social media is awful. I'm not good at networking. I'm not good at making myself look all shiny and perfect because I'm too lazy and I lack the attention skills to like read about proper live streaming. But if my plan is carried out, I will fly over the ocean to the UK and I will play there for you and your friends, your family, and I will get a sense of your country that I've never been to before through your existence. And my mind is going to melt. I'm not going to be able to handle traveling the world because I will be meeting people and I will just be thinking, there's so much more reality out in the world than I ever thought possible, that I always closed my little brain into my little Vermont world. How closed my brain has been for so long. Please do spread the word. I know I don't have nice little snippets to send people. I don't make it easy for you. Nobody wants to be sent a 3-hour-long live stream of this guy in Vermont playing his songs and talking, and nobody wants that. I get it. It's got to be faster and catch people's attention. But I really appreciate it. I'm trying to get 1,000 subs. The numbers have been so amazing recently. Thank you so very much. All right, I'll get back to playing. Somebody out there is probably like, oh, thank God, please, just shut up. Nice, I really want to visit Liverpool one day. It will feel like being in a dream the entire time. But I'll be smiling. I've only heard things, seen things, but never truly could I understand it until I was actually there. This one, I haven't done this one in a long time. I did this one back in Philadelphia. And I lived in Philadelphia from 2008 to 2004. No, 2003 to 2008. So this is an old song, man. But it's not old. It's just a song that I wrote a long time ago. It's okay. I don't like people saying, don't get old. Getting old sucks. Well, what are you going to do? Stop time. Shut up. Stop complaining. Just take this gracefully. I'm going to get old. I'm going to get wrinkly. I'm going to be decrepit one day. And that's okay. That's my body. I'm going to watch it. I hope that happens. You know? It's okay. I got the time. We got the time. Let's spend the time wisely. What do you say? So this one is called, oh man, I forget it. I forget the name of the song. I always do that. Falling asleep in a lightning storm. You talk to yourself, do you ever reply? Oh, I know I am running away. Oh, from the tears I cry. I will save as many as I can. I will save as many as I can. I will save as many as I can. Falling asleep in a lightning storm. You talk to yourself, do you ever reply? Fade into twilight. I know in the half-light, out in the fields of snow. I will save as many as I can. I will save as many as I can. I will not alone. This is your life. I know I trust you with another knife. I don't know why I'll be running away. I will save as many as I can. 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 Na 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 na. Out in the fields of snow, I will save as many as I can. I will save as many as I can. I will save as many as I can. All right. That one was called As Many as I Can. Imagine that. So, I haven't played that one in a long time. It was kind of rough. And I normally don't play it in F. I normally play it in D. I used to play in this drop D tuning that I really loved, but I never want to tune my strings live because I might break them. So I only have one guitar because I'm poor, but I need more guitars. I would love to have like 9 more of these. All in different tunings, strings immaculate, ready to go, perfectly tuned, well maintained. Thank you very much. I'm glad the lyrics speak to you because I have been living in this crazy realm of having everything in my head for so long that I have journaled every day. I have made voice memos. I've recorded so much of my own stuff that I just felt like, what are you doing? Why not just go out there and do it? What is wrong with you? So every time that I wasn't doing it, I'd be like, well, I guess you're a loser and you're a failure then. Yes, this is what my brain would tell me. I'm not saying it's right, and I know it's sad, and I don't say these things lightly, and I want to describe myself as accurately as I can. Because music and songs for me are ways to get those ideas, those feelings out into song format, and sometimes I imagine that the song is like a goodbye. Once I can wrap up a bunch of emotions into a song, it's almost like I can put it away on the shelf and move on to the next thing. So a song reminds me of a certain time in my life, a lot of the time. And songwriting is not something I ever did consciously, like I need to write a song. It's just something that I've just always been doing, but I've just always wanted to do it professionally. I've always wanted to think of the stage as my own particular laboratory. And I've always wanted to think of every performance being a unique mixture of like spiritual chemicals. And that may be a tortured metaphor, but I don't care. This evening's theme is metamorphosis. So, I mean, while I'm talking, what I'm secretly doing is resting my hand, but it's not a secret anymore. So, I always do that. Why do I always do that? Why do I always feel the need to say a secret? Because it feels good to say it, but then it's not a secret, it's not special anymore. But I guess there are some things that you just say out loud for some reason. All right then. It's wonderful to know that you've been thinking a certain way for a long time, and it's not been the way that led to more happiness. It's been the way that led to more sadness, because in a way you're inventing a future that is dark ahead of time. And there's no reason to think it's dark. You just invented that it's dark because you're afraid to actually look forward to something. Because if you look forward to it, it could be ripped away, or it could be not what you thought it was. And a case in point is when I just started gigging as much as I could. I would be so excited to play my piano at, say, a cocktail party on a Thursday night at a fundraising event at a local golf club. I was so excited, I practiced for days. And long story short, I played and it was so depressing. Nobody was listening. It was like I wasn't even there. I finished, nobody clapped, nobody was even around. And then the person running the event came up and said, "I'm so sorry nobody listened, but you were great." I've experienced that many times. So I let myself get excited. And then I was let down because my expectations were just way out of whack. Why was I inventing that it was going to be amazing? And people were going to listen and I was going to be like the talk of the party. So, in relation to how I've been thinking, I robbed myself of a future, of thinking positively about the future. And that's just a symptom of depression. And depression and anxiety go hand in hand, usually. Not everybody. A lot of the time, I'm only talking about myself, by the way. My experience with it. Yeah, I can understand not wanting to be in bands, and that's a good chunk of time that you've been playing. That's awesome. I'm grateful for the bands that I was in because I feel like it molded me as a musician. But I can safely say that a lot of the times I was miserable in the bands, but not miserable because I hated the guys. I just was depressed. Like, what's the point? Nobody's gonna listen. I'm not very good. I know, just a terrible attitude. And that goes back to what I've been thinking and how I've been thinking it for several years now. There is no reason to think a certain way. There is no reason to invent a future and dread it already. Thus, and I totally recognize that my brain has worked against me for so long because I allow it to work against me. And I know it. It's not to say that it's 100% sadness and despair all the time. Obviously, I can function. I was functioning. But it felt like barely functioning, and that just sucks, Yes, it is a therapeutic way to escape. Nice. Playing percussion is amazing. I love percussion. If I had to make a choice between choosing what's more important, if you boiled music down to melody and rhythm, what's more important? If I had to choose between those two very broad categories, I would choose percussion. Rhythm. I would choose that first. Yeah, I agree. And maybe that's obvious, and maybe I don't know just how obvious that is. But for me, on the piano and singing and guitar, everything is rhythm. Yes, and you just spelled it the way that I spell it because I can't spell rhythm, and it's hilarious because it's what I think about all the time. Anyway, I know it's silly, but this is rhythm. This is percussion, you know. This is like the most simplest of trying to indicate snare. Snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, you know? You know how to play the song Whiplash from the movie Whiplash? That's so cool. I've always wanted to play with like a, what do you call it, drum corps? Thank you so very much. I really appreciate that. I try to have a good energy. I don't know what it is. I think that I have a mind that races all the time. And sometimes I catch it relaxing and being really happy and just super happy with what's going on around me. And other times I find that it's absolutely obsessed with something horrific. But I'm sort of acting out life while my mind is obsessed with something bad. You know what I mean? So maybe I try to express my feelings through my music and my words. And sometimes I don't know if I'm doing a very good job at it. And sometimes I wonder if I should just stick to the piano. I mean, guitars, a lot of people play guitar. Sometimes I think, man, putting your music out there is like walking up to the Mississippi River and your album is like a dropper out of a thimble. And you drop the droplet into the river and whoosh, it's just instantly gone. You know, that's... I don't know if I'm the chillest dude on YouTube. I really don't know what I am. I don't know what I'm doing, what I am. I know why I'm doing it. I know I have a plan. I know that it's secret, but I can describe how I'm hoping it will make me feel by describing how it has already made me feel. And I've seen enough. I've seen enough. I've had the internet and my phone around for as many years, halfway through my life, and I've seen enough. I've watched very closely people wading into the internet and becoming well-known very quickly. I've seen it happen multiple times, and I've seen enough. I've been constantly, completely blown away by what happens when somebody goes from a nobody mechanic to suddenly being in front of millions in a very short period of time. And it's unbelievable to watch somebody's dream explode into existence in real time. Practically skipping all the small clubs and touring for decades. Going from playing nowhere to suddenly playing stadiums. That's the goal. That's what I want. That's what I have watched. And with the attention on me, I want to do with it the best that I can because I do not take it lightly that my job on this earth is to create beauty. And that beauty is supposed to have some durability and versatility to it so people can take whatever I do and hopefully it makes sense to them or it somehow helps them or it brings things into alignment in their brain or it just suspends their thinking for a little while and they try to understand what my thinking is. It's almost like I'm trying to hijack brains, but with the most chill intentions. It's almost like a meditation, inviting people into my meditation. And guitar, honestly, I love it so much. I loved it more than I ever have before recently. And piano is my true love. So this Friday night in Hinesburg, Vermont, at the Hinesburg Public House at around 7 p.m., I'm going to live stream from a restaurant that doesn't know I'm going to live stream from their restaurant. It's a smallish restaurant. It's somewhat modern by Vermont standards. There's about 16 booths and tables combined, and then a grand piano with a velvet rope in front of it. And I'm gonna sit down, put out my tip jar, and I'm just gonna play, probably instrumentally, probably not sing. I don't know. I'm very self-conscious about singing to people who did not expect a concert, and I'm very self-conscious to somebody who's sitting at the table who like grips their silverware tight because they're like, oh God, he is gonna play. And I imagine somebody's eyes rolling back and be like, please, no. That's what I imagine. So I can imagine that and play anyway. I'm not saying it stops me from playing. I would say that playing is essentially getting used to the idea that there might be somebody that really hates what you do and hates your energy and hates your music and tells you to stop. But I figure if I'm playing quiet enough and just trying different ideas that bring a certain energy to the restaurant, then I think I'll capture a couple people's attention, but I actually don't know who is even there. It's like the coolest experience to play with people. Play to people, with people, for people. And I want to do that forever. I want to do it for hours a day. I want to do it across my country. I want to do it across the world. I want to do it in space. I want to do it underground. I want to do it everywhere. You have a passion trying to relearn your guitar, keep it up. Do it. Pick up that guitar. Hit one note. I don't care. Don't do what I do. Don't do what I do. Yeah, do what I do. So if I'm fighting myself with the guitar or something, my approach is just to be like, it can be so simple of just hitting one note, you know? And then you put your pinky on that 5th string and you've got yourself an octave. And then you put your index finger on that 4th string. And then you've got yourself a chord, and then suddenly you've got yourself a song. 1-chord song. Why not? You can sing whatever you want. You don't have to change chords. Of course, what you're singing has to be interesting, and I don't know if I'm interesting enough. If you want, you can change the chord. You can go down a full step and then back up to that fret. Thank you for helping me make it easy to get myself out there. I was thinking today, as I was going through my pre-performance ritual, that I just want to be known for somebody who tried to lift people out of their minds for a little while. You know, lift them out of their bodies, lift them out of their minds, let them forget themselves, let them forget their stress, let them forget all the pain, let them forget their past, let them forget all the things that destroy them during the day or keep them up at night. And spend some time thinking that it's okay to forget the past, even if it's temporary. And it's okay to look at your thoughts as the most important thing about your existence. Your thoughts are more powerful than you know. I have some thoughts about thoughts. In fact, I have a whole diary of thoughts. Thousands of entries. And I still haven't even scratched the surface of what I want to say. So I have these deep thoughts every day. And I look forward to sharing them with you, even though it is a rather odd interaction we have. I'm sitting in my kitchen and I'm looking at a screen, and I absolutely love being here. And I absolutely hope my words and my playing can somehow lift you out of your mind just for a little bit. Once you're lifted out of your mind, I don't know what to do with it. Obviously, what I want to do with it is give it something to consider. Show it some images, show it some colors, some structure, some philosophy. Show it some... If you were your own best friend, wouldn't you want to listen to yourself closely? Just sitting and listening to yourself. Imagine yourself sitting in a chair next to you, and you're on a lake, and you're on a deck. And imagine yourself sitting across from you, and you're talking to yourself. The expression on yourself's face, you would hope would be just a content nodding of the head. And the body language would just say, you have the floor, say whatever you like. I'm interested. I appreciate that, Mike. I really do. Because what I want to do is spread maybe a process by which I operated that allowed me to get through some of the darker times in my life. And I work in a doctor's office, and I'm a medical assistant. So I work with sick and dying people. I work with healthy, happy people. I work with people that are getting taken down by an addiction. I work with people who actively have an addiction or who have recovered. I work with all kinds of people. And I can safely say that one of the things that I have learned from my job, when I talk to several people, I see in their eyes just an amazing amount of sadness and despair, anger, fear, regret, and they don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to get it out. They don't know who to talk to about it. They don't want to post it online. Not everybody handles their life the same way. Some people post everything and talk about their feelings all the time. But some people hide their feelings and just manage their feelings, but really underneath, they are really hurting and in a lot of pain. So, as an artist, my job is to help people lift out of their minds for a little while and then actively consider what their thoughts are doing to them. And be kind and gentle to yourself. Be open and honest with yourself. Be that patient listener to yourself. And then take that and turn it around. And when you have the time and it's the right opportunity and you have a conversation with somebody, try asking really quick questions with the full intent of just sitting quietly and listening for however long the person wants to speak. That is just very simple. It's very, very simple. I ask somebody, how are you doing? They say, not too well. I say, oh, what's going on? You got some stress going on? And they say, well, somebody passed away last week. And then I say, wow, that is terrible. I'm so sorry for your loss. And to hear that you must be dealing with a lot right now. And when I say you must be dealing with a lot right now, I'm going to wait till there's a long pause to ask any more questions. And I run through my mind all the people that I have spoken with. And I've had multiple conversations with the same people. And many of these people were at the end of their lives. They were older. Some of these people had unexpected events, and I never spoke with them or saw them again. But the conversations that I have with them, I remember, and I can sort of replay them in my mind, even though obviously it's very private, so I don't say anything specific. It's more just the philosophy of what they are saying and how they are saying it. And I think I'm talking a lot because I feel like I'm about 2 hours into this thing, and I love doing this every night of my life. And I want to do it the rest of my life. I want to do it with you guys. I want to do it with your friends and families. I want to make music the rest of my life. I want to put myself onto the internet, and I want to skyrocket to the upper echelons as quickly as possible. And I want to handle it with dignity, grace, patience, humility, an open heart, an open mind, and truly ready to elaborate on my plan. My phone is bringing me all this information that the world feels like it's ending, even when the world I knew was relatively stable for a little while. But I also know that with all wars, there is rejuvenation. There is death with life, life with death. There is a cycle. There is a great continuum. Good. I am so glad that I could take you out of your mind just a little bit, and I could make you consider some things that I think are important. I never want to be the one that demands things. I never want to be the one that requests things. I never want to be the one that says, if you do this, this will work. I want to be the one that says what worked for me. Because, interestingly enough, as a medical assistant, speaking with these patients, I'm in a unique position of not really saying anything about myself to them on purpose. It's not a conversation that's interpersonal where I jump in with my feelings. It is only for me to get them to sort of unload something in like 5-10 minutes that maybe they've been living with for a year, 10 years, 20 years. And people change after they get their things off of their chest. People change once they start to understand why they've been thinking the way they have been thinking. And people start to understand it's okay to be honest with yourself, and it's also okay to think of yourself as quite special, quite unique, quite interesting. If you're the kind of person that has had a lot of negative thoughts, I have a lot of thoughts on that. I realize there are people out there that have really well-functioning minds, and they're not depressed or filled with anxiety. And I realize they're there. There are millions of them, billions probably. So that's where part of my brain feels like an alien a lot of the times. But at the same time, it's like, well, I'm going to feel a bit like an alien if I'm doing this kind of thing in my kitchen every night. I mean, who does this? And who looks forward to it every day? Who would rather be doing this than anything else? Me. I have found the one thing that I love doing so much, I could do it forever, and I'm not even playing my favorite instrument, even though it is a close call between the piano, drums, guitar, and bass. I love them all, and I love singing. So the album, I'll just segue from all this deep stuff about personal introspection and just fling it right into the album once again, because I know that I'm here to make music, talk about life, talk about anything that would help you get your mind to feel like a place that you want to spend some time, and that maybe someone else would want to spend some time as well. So I'm gonna enter the slow descent on this airplane ride, my metaphorical journey. Tonight's theme was metamorphosis, the idea of describing your inner change through a metaphor. And I think that if you describe your inner change using a variety of metaphors over a period of time, I feel you will start to forgive yourself for some of the things you've done to yourself or done to other people. And then once you've made room to sort of allow happiness to take root, you don't know the kind of crops that you can grow. See? Metaphor. Another one. We've had a plane metaphor, a crop metaphor. I've had so many, I forget which ones I've used. So I will sort of wrap this up with a song called The Spark. And it may or may not be on the album. And it may or may not be this version. And also, in case I forget, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your thoughts. They have been amazing. I really appreciate it. If you are lifted out of your mind by me, imagine how you lift me out of my own mind. Because getting to do this with an audience of any kind, when I stand up after this, I'm usually a little sore. I'm a little tired. But I'm in a state of like extreme relaxation. Because it feels like I just did something I've been meaning to do, but I didn't know I was going to do it now. Nor did I know I was going to do it in such a way. I have no forethought most of the time. I just know I will enjoy it, but I don't plan anything out. And I want to do this in front of an audience. Some nights I would talk a lot. Some nights I mean like an in-studio live audience. Okay. I mean, I'm doing it in front of an audience now, and I love it. Thank you so very much. But I want this to become a theater. And I want to have my guitar at a very simple stage set up, and I want people to come and have dinner and then sit down for maybe 2 sets. I don't know. I mean, I have dealt with so much darkness inside this brain of mine that I think maybe the way that I have overcompensated is try to take care of other people, but I don't feel like I do that very well. My job is like 8 hours a day of interacting with people who are sick or scared or just lost a loved one, or they're just coming in to get their medicine renewed. I think ultimately I mentioned my job earlier because there was a patient, they broke down in tears, something had happened in their life, and I could tell this was like a real depressive episode. So I say the doctor will be in after a few words to the patient. And I see afterwards the doctor just recommended more medication. And for me, I feel like that person could benefit from a different kind of medication, a different kind of treatment. A treatment that involved somebody listening to the things that they felt were really going wrong in their mind. And then asking simple follow-up questions. Honestly, what I do with these folks, if somebody's telling me something really deep and really emotional and they're tearing up, my first question is, how long have you been feeling this way? That's it. Sometimes you don't need to ask any more questions after that, because I have had times where the dam broke and the person I was speaking with starts crying and they talk for 10 minutes straight. And when they do that, I go completely still and I have no body movement whatsoever. I look at them, I listen, I do not fidget, I don't check the time, I don't have a phone, of course. So that is very important time that I have with people. I cherish it, I value it. And I have seen it help people week to week, because if someone's in a really bad time, they may come in every week or every 2 weeks. And it's not a mental health clinic, it's just a doctor's office. But they come in to have their medication adjusted. And this patient that I mentioned does have somebody they speak with. They started seeing a professional. And I recommended they talk to somebody, because I was like, it's really going to help you. And if you don't like them, don't think that all therapists are bad. Try a couple different therapists. Because don't think of them as therapists, think of them as somebody to explain your thoughts to. That's it. Explaining your thoughts to somebody will bring clarity to your own thoughts. Doesn't mean that you get any less sad. Maybe it gets you less sad. That's the idea. Because it makes sense. Most of what you're feeling that feels like completely insane to you is actually totally understandable and normal and natural. You just don't know it because you don't see people's emotions all that much, because people are bottled up. And a lot of people are on a lot of medications that help keep their emotions in check, which is good, because they really struggle with their emotions. So my perspective on it is that there are multiple ways to treat depression. One of them is to talk about it. Another one of them is to activate yourself to do something different that you've been wanting to do, but you couldn't bring yourself to do it. And another thing is to connect with other people. So I've talked a lot. I'm sorry, this has been like a 30-minute rant. But honestly, like playing guitar so much makes my fingers hurt, so I wish I had a piano nearby so I could rock out. Speaking of piano, and then I'll shut up, I'm playing piano this Friday night at a restaurant in Heinsberg, Vermont, at the Heinsberg Public House at 7 p.m. No one's going to be there except diners. I'm just saying that I'm going to live stream from there, and if you're not there for the live stream, it's going to be on my channel, and you can watch it at any time as if it is live. I know maybe it's not the same thing, but you can trick your mind into so many things. I think you can trick yourself into thinking you're watching something live, even if it's 8 hours later. I do it all the time. I'm addicted to YouTube. Maybe you are too. I don't know. It's a good addiction, though. It brings me a lot of stuff, but I think that I overuse it. Anyway, moving on. Thank you. Have a great night if you need to take off. I'm going to play one more song, and then I'm going to call it quits. I'll be here tomorrow night, Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night. I know I'm probably overdoing it. I get that. But I have to be a lunatic this is all part of my business plan. You want to start a business? My business, step one, play as much as humanly possible and prove to people you are a lunatic. That's it. The rest of the plan is blank. The day you were born, how could I forget those eyes? The power of a hurricane, the beauty of a new sunrise. Someday I'll say my goodbyes. What more is there to say? I love you, please don't cry. I'll be the moon to guide you home tonight. I'll be the sun to bathe you in light. Don't believe anything they say is real. You will be the light. You will be the spark. You will feel your way through the dark. So many questions for me. I promise you this, I will answer to the best of my abilities. Someday I'll say my goodbyes. What more is there to say? I love you, please don't cry. I'll be the moon to guide you home tonight. I'll be the sun to bathe you in light. Don't believe anything they say is real. You will feel your way through the dark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. Ooh, someday I'll say my goodbyes. What more is there to say? I love you, please don't cry. I'll be the moon to guide you home tonight. I'll be the sun to bathe you in light. Don't believe anything they say is real. You will be the light. You will be the spark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. You will feel your way through the dark. You will be the light. You will be the spark. All right, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But I love talking over chord progressions. I don't know why. Maybe it's like making a speech with your own soundtrack. I guess I want to make sure I know that I'm explaining to you, I know my mission. I know my plan. And my goal is to execute it flawlessly. You might ask, what does flawlessly look like? And I would tell you, I'll let you know when I find out. In the meantime, I'm just gonna keep trying to explain that it's okay to figure out your brain. And yes, I like to rhyme a lot of the time because I'm looking for a sign. I think everybody likes making a rhyme, but they're running out of time. That ends my time here tonight. Thank you so much, Mike. I really appreciate it. I hope you're having a great night. I've had such a pleasure. It's been such a pleasure. It's been so much fun. I really appreciate your time. I don't know what's going on in your life. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what your family's doing. If you have a family, if you have friends, I know nothing about you, and that's okay. I don't want to know anything about you except the fact that I do want to know everything about you. It's weird how you can have both things at once. I want to compartmentalize the audience, yet at the same time, each compartment is a unique individual. And people have an unbelievable amount of stuff going on in their head. And sometimes they don't have enough words to really synthesize everything that's going on, let alone the time, let alone the audience. So if there's any message I have for this evening, it's two of them. One, metaphorphosis. Think of metaphors that describe you taking control of your thoughts and thinking better things, as well as, I forget the other one. I'm just kidding. I sort of forget. But I get distracted easily because I want to say so many things at once. The other theme was listen to somebody. Figure out a way to sit down and really have an undistracted conversation with somebody. I know it can be uncomfortable for people, and I know it's unusual because it's hard to do that in a work environment. I have to keep things snappy. It's hard to do it with the right person. It's hard to do it with a phone around. It's hard to do it if a distraction is always there. I'm not anti-phone. I'm just pro-conversation. I'm not anti-phone, I'm just pro eye contact. I'm not anti-phone, I'm just pro experience being an undistracted one. I'm not anti things, I'm just pro things. You know what I mean? You can do that, right? I'm pro happiness. I'm pro smile. I'm pro eye contact. I'm pro ears. I'm pro oxygen. I'm pro music. I'm pro sound. I'm pro explaining yourself well. I'm pro listening well. Listening is a skill. Did you know that? I didn't know that. I still don't really fully understand it. But listening is amazing. And in this context, you are listening to me, but I see you as a name and a number. But I want to change that. This live stream is all about change. And change partially involves playing at a venue with a good sound system, an interesting light show, all the instruments I want, a very peaceful mind, and a warm glow of like wonderful vibing energy that I want to invite people in and send them off to their lives relaxed, happy, feeling like they just went through something, that they just explored something within themselves and with the group around them. Because I know I don't want to sound like a guru. I don't want to sound like somebody leading a meditation. I know how I want to sound, so I just sound the way that I sound. I want to say things that I think make sense to me, and I want them to come from somebody that has experience and hopefully is turning that experience into wisdom. And I appreciate your time. Thank you so very much. Jessica, I really appreciate you. Mike, I really appreciate you. Nithindas, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your time, your attention, your love. And I have to put in a plug for myself. I have to say, help me out here. Send my channel around. Send it to people. I don't care who. I'm dying up here. I'm in Vermont. I'm all alone in my kitchen. I should be out on a stage right now. I should have a piano next to me. I should have no sound restrictions. I should have a pedal board that includes lights that I can tap that turn certain light shows on the stage. I should have a sound person. I should have a light person. And I should have like a conversation with them that I'm going to play my music and they're going to watch my cues. But largely, I'm going to run the light show myself. I'm going to do whatever I want to do with my time that I have while I am having it. And I want to share it with you guys. And I want to give it all that I got. And my CD's almost done. I don't have a website. I don't have much networking. I need the signal to reach the right people, that I am a good investment. I pray that people think of me as a good investment. I write all of my own music. I play all of my own instruments. And that makes me somewhat of an anomaly. And I like being an anomaly of sorts, because I feel like I can meander through certain large realms of conversation and sort of navigate those waters as well as I possibly can. And I don't know if I'm going to fail. Oh man, I'm going to screw up so bad. I'm sort of preparing for screw-ups already. Saying things I shouldn't say, doing things I shouldn't do. I'm just preparing myself for it, but there is no preparing for it. I'm just going to be as honest about how flawed I am as possible from the very beginning. I mean, I am absolutely eager to explain some of my darkness to people. And I really appreciate you guys listening in tonight. Thank you for listening. I hope you have a good night. I'm going to call it quits. I'm going to go off to dreamland after eating a delicious pizza, because my life is simple and it's boring, but I enjoy it so very much. I've had a good day. I've had a good week. I've had a good month. It's springtime. It's time for rejuvenation. It's time to find a new energy for life, a new way of looking at things. So I'm in the process of doing that. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you guys soon. I will be here tomorrow, probably 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock I will stream, and I know that's late for a lot of people, but I have kids. I got to pick them up. I get home from work. I got to make dinner. I got stuff I got to do. With your help, though, if I didn't have the day job, if I didn't have to punch in from 8 to 5 every single day, I could use that time to cultivate my business and my life. Thank you so much. Bye to you. Good night. Have great dreams. Wake up tomorrow morning thinking awesome things, because life is meant to be lived, and you are meant to be happy at least 81% of the time. Let's just put a number to it. We're going to shrink that 19 to 18 and that sadness down to 10%. 10% sadness is fine. All right. Have good dreams tonight. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll see you tomorrow night. If you can come back, it's fine. If you can't, I understand. But 8 o'clock tomorrow, 8 o'clock Thursday, piano at the restaurant Friday night, and then most likely back on here Saturday at 6. Anyway, find me on the Instagram, Peter Wayne Burton 007. Peter Wayne Burton 007. It's not a great Instagram, but it's a good way to communicate if you wanted to. Good night. Sleep well. You rock.